Let me go ahead and say hello, hello. Welcome to our new consultant pink boot camp. So how I have created our weekly boot camp is every week for about 45 minutes. I want to make sure you know I'm here to guide you as you build your business. And I'm going to go over some of the basic programs that I have and that we will talk a lot about. But here's the most important thing. I'm so excited. Alicia's on live. Tabitha should be joining us. But for those of you watching the recording, when we have this opportunity every single week, it means that I can guide you. You might come up with all sorts of either questions or concerns or sometimes fears, and it's normal. The biggest thing I can encourage you not to do is don't ignore me. Don't ignore your recruiter. Don't think that, you'll figure it out, because this is where we're better together. We really, really help one another with all of the emotions. As women, we are high one day, we're low the next, and it's so crazy. Our men just don't get it. They're like, I thought you said you wanted to do this, and they're pretty stable emotionally, but not us women. So I just want all of you to know that showing up, if for some reason you can't be on live, watch the recording, but make sure you have a one-on-one check-in with me each week, because I'm going to make sure that you are winning. And in the very beginning, Mary Kay's giving lots of freebies, and I want you to win. So with that being said, we're going to dive right in to our screen share, and I'm going to take you to our new consultant welcome packet. This does come in your email. If you are getting yourself restarted, let me invite you always come back to the new consultant boot camp. Anytime you're feeling rusty, anytime you feel like you need to have a little bit of, excitement in your business, come back, join our class, just get re-established with the basics. And I tell you, you will be so excited. And you may not win the new consultant prizes, but you will definitely be tracking some other fun prizes just for your recommitment. So, hey, Alicia, let me stop recording real quickly. Why don't you introduce yourself? One of the things I love is letting everybody get to know each other. And what are you most excited about your Mary Kay right now?
My name is Alicia Richards. I think I started a month and a half ago, something like that.
And you're in the Navy.
In the Navy with 3 kids. So yes.
Husband deployed.
Yes. So yes.
Been there. I know how it feels.
But yes. Always doing something, So yes.
And what are you most excited about your Mary Kay right now?
So right now, I guess looking into the summer feel, of how the summer looks and stuff like that, with new Mary Kay products and stuff, You
cut out and I got weird feedback. Hold on, Alicia, I can't hear you. That was very strange. I had some other person talking. Let's try again. Okay. Okay, that's better.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Well,
it kind of went away for a second.
I am thrilled you're on. And as we go through, let me just say, if I am teaching, and especially if you have background noise, I have a chat box. So type in any questions, because I definitely want this to be more of guiding you with your plan. And sometimes we don't really get clear on our plan. And I am going to let me actually say, just because this is more focused for you, other people might be joining, but if you don't have your weekly plan sheet, I'm going to invite you to, you might have a calendar, even if you have your iPhone. I love iPhones, but I want you to get a piece of paper, and inside your kit, you got the planner, Mary Kay planner. I really encourage you to use a paper planner and get yourself just into a habit with your Mary Kay business. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but when you are consistent, and it can be once a week, it can be once a day. I did about 15 minutes a day with my Mary Kay, but I was focused and I was calling or asking people to be a face model. Even though I did my one appointment every weekend, during the day, I would spend 15 minutes reading or 15 minutes learning, somehow watching a training tutorial, something like that to keep me going. So make sure you pull out your calendar. And I do recommend using the plan sheet so that you can get into that new habit, because electronically we can sometimes get sometimes lost, even though it's so fancy. I feel like paper can be a really good thing to go back to. You ever felt that way? So I forgot you muted, but have you ever felt that way? Like technology is great, but sometimes just the paper is really more important.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go through what you got in your email, and new consultants are going to be receiving this. As you start, the very first thing your new consultant and your new recruits need to do is they need to fill out the link that I send is a questionnaire. So this comes in the email after you finish your questionnaire. So we are going to we're going to win, and we're going to grow. And really, we say in Mary Kay, you show up and you go up. So let me bring you to, see if this is a little, I don't know why it's not showing the whole thing. All right. So in your first 30 days, now, Alicia, you may have missed this, but I do want you to know that as you have your first recruit, this is what you can encourage her to do, because Mary Kay has a wonderful first 4-month process, but in the first 30 days, I make it even more special with these beautiful pieces of jewelry. And we have the very first one is when you connect, when you have 30 friends join your Facebook group, and you have your first posting party, then you get these earrings, and it has to be in your first 30 days. Now, after that, when you earn the bonus that Mary Kay offers, we're going to go over all of this, which means you have ordered $600 wholesale from the company. You are going to get this Qualify necklace, which is gorgeous to go with these earrings. Now, you can sweeten the deal, and when you order 600 in your first 15 days, you actually get the $333 of free bonus from Mary Kay. So it goes from 110 to 333. So we'll of course go over this again. And then down at the bottom, you're going to see multiply. So the 3 focal points that we are going to be talking about is connection, qualifying, because Mary Kay has lots of freebies that they want to give you, and multiply, because this is crucial for having just that stay put attitude. When you have a couple of people that are on your team, you don't want to let them down. You're going to keep yourself going when sometimes you're going to want to quit. Just like going to the gym. When you have a gym buddy, you're much more committed. Yes? Yes. I know everybody's agreeing. So multiply, and we're going to talk about the Bring Your Bestie program so that you can do that. Now, I don't know why this looks this way. It's sort of weird to me. Okay, it should not be quite this square, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, so let's talk about how you are going to, hold on, y'all, I don't like the way this looks. It's not supposed to look this way. Give me 1 second. I'm going to stop my share because I want to pull it up in a different program, and I just want to see if it looks better. I think it's going to look better. My apologies. Alicia, you may have to just tell me if you can see this, because I won't be able to read the comments, but can you see this right here? Is my publisher file coming up?
I can see it, but it looks like it's on the screen, like as if, you know how when you're kind of editing the PowerPoint, it's not on the full screen.
View. Let me see if I can do view. Master page. Nope, that's not it. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Close master page. Okay.
So it's almost like it's usually be at the bottom, like where it is, so it goes to like full screen or something like that.
Okay, I don't know how to do this. 1 second, let me just see. Oh, there we go. Like this. Is that better?
It's almost like I'm trying to see where that.
Yeah, see, it's still not.
It's almost like, you know how you do like that's what I said, when you do a PowerPoint and almost like you want to view the PowerPoint.
Yes, and I'm in Publisher. Okay, let me try going back to the other. Oh gosh, this is not turning into the most professional. I was trying to be a lot better. You can see this one again, right?
I can see it, yes.
Well, my. It will be best if you print this. However, we're just going to have to.
I think I actually did print it.
Oh, good. Okay, good. So let me explain that there was a checklist, and you can actually click, because this is all created in Publisher, you can actually click the button on your computer and you can open the checklist. So if you haven't gone and done this checklist, then I would invite you to do that. And how you find it is, again, when you are in the document, forgive me, I'm in the wrong one. See, I'm just being ridiculous. Oh my goodness, this is the worst presentation I've had. Okay, so when you are in the actual when you're in the Adobe file, that is the welcome packet, it's actually got a hyperlink and it'll take you right there. So I just showed you, I don't want to touch it again, but all of these things are hyperlinked so that they're there for support. So if you or somebody else doesn't know how to do the Facebook video, then here is a little tutorial. And of course, I know, Alicia, you created your Facebook page. The thing about the VIP beauty room or the VIP private group is you do have to spend a little bit of time building up engagement. We teach about that in our more seasoned classes, but I do want to encourage you to copy what I'm doing in my VIP group, because when you're asking funny questions or posting like, which cereal was your favorite, kid cereal, like those kind of engagements actually help with the notification. And that's important as you're trying to get people just to engage, connect, read, watch. The more people are playing, then they'll have their notifications be triggered. So sometimes I do things like, if I don't feel like anybody's talking, then I'll do some kind of a special giveaway. Like, okay, I'm going to give this, and I'll pull out like a sample bag, like a little sample bag. Okay, you guys, this sample bag is going to go out to the one who comments the most in the whole week. Or if you invite a friend this week, you're going to get this little bonus coupon. And you're just inviting them to have more people join your VIP group. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
And I know you and I did a posting party, but if we sometimes are not responding to those kind of questions or comments, then we can always do another one. And you can always learn a little bit more about the Facebook in our training class. So let me just tell you that this is what we focus on first, because we want to just get you comfortable and let your friends and family know what you're up to. Now, that doesn't mean it's always going to sell itself. So let's keep going with the go list. I encourage you to get this piece of paper and make, I make basically 52 copies every week. Go through and start writing down new people that you're meeting. Now, you might say, but I'm not meeting anybody. I beg to differ. Every single time you go to any meeting, think about how many people are new at the meeting. You might at work have your weekly meeting, and all of a sudden there's somebody you haven't necessarily met who's new to the organization. Thinking like that has you actually have like refreshed vision, new vision for, wow, there might be more people in my life that I haven't paid attention to, and I'm discounting that I could bless them. Does that make sense? It can be literally every time I go to the school for the kids, there's a new face somewhere. So this is that process where maybe you only find that there's 10 new names on this list, but there might be 50 names of people you've been too chicken to ask to be a private facial for you. And that's what we want to start to realize. Network marketing is all about who knows who and how you can serve them. When you come into Mary Kay, if all you're thinking of dollar signs is people can smell that a mile away. So I love really taking Mary Kay's heart, which was bless people. Let's pamper women. Yes, we do pamper men, but primarily women. And on your list, through your contacts, you might have Frank, you might have Jeremiah, you might have Ezekiel. They all have a female in their life, whether it's mama, sister, girlfriend, somebody at work. So the names on this list can be men. You never know. Some men are going to want our skincare for men, or they might have people in their life that we can bless. So continually asking yourself, who is new on my list, keeps us fresh. So I do want to just, I know Alicia, you've gone through this, but let's just review. These are some of the apps that Mary Kay has. And for right now, since this is on your piece of paper, I'm not going to go over all of it, but I do want to just bring your attention to this right here, the mobile learning. I can't do a cursor, but this mobile learning app, I absolutely recommend using time where you can multitask to feed your brain. And in the Mary Kay mobile learning app, you can hear speeches. You can hear other people tell their story. You can hear classes. Maybe you're feeling like, I don't know how to get customers. There's actually a whole bunch of company approved trainings that are on this app. And I think that it's a great way to keep ourselves excited. And I encourage you to start your day, whether you're showering and listening for 5 minutes or you're driving in traffic, listening to this basically podcast, if you will, keeps us very, very excited about what we're doing. The next one I encourage you to look at is the Great Start. When you're in your first 4 months, you are in the Great Start program. And then down below, I know that it's going to turn on us, but down below, you're going to see on Facebook, I post a lot of things in our unit Facebook group. Now, that is for those consultants who are building a business. I also have a Facebook group for my VIP customers. And if you'd like to be in that, I think, Alicia, you're already in it. The reason I will allow consultants to be in my VIP group is because then you can copy whatever I'm saying and copy some of the pictures and put it in your VIP group. It is powerful because sometimes you may not know the product benefits, or you might not know some of the fun ideas and hacks for our products. So don't share it, but copy and paste it and make sure that your personal website is always listed. I messed up on the party we did with you, Alicia, but thankfully we turned it into, when life gives you lemons, we turn it into lemonade. So I know I fixed it there. Okay, so like I said, we have a share your story form. When a person comes into Mary Kay, this is the first thing that I'm going to ask everyone to do. And Alicia, you probably remember you did it. Let me click on it real quickly because it is, like I said, a hyperlink. Do you see the form here? Just shake your head because you're on mute. Okay, perfect. So the reason I want to show this is if you happen to be watching this, I want you to know that this is really helpful for me to work with your new recruit. But if you didn't do it, then I just ask you to go back and do it for me. I'll show you where you can find it. But down here is a really great worksheet. This helps us create a plan based on how much money you want to make. And I say that because Mary Kay, it's like an ATM. If you haven't, if you have like looked around your house and maybe you're saying, oh, I really need, new curtains, and it's not in the budget, guess what? Let's set that as one of your first goals. Mary Kay, we want to create some cash. And I love that we can probably fit it into our family budget, but curtains might take us a year to save for. When you have your Mary Kay business, we can create some fun money that will bless you and bless your family. But if we don't have a goal, then we really don't know where we're going. This questionnaire helps me to then help you with how to fit it into your calendar, how to set up some of your sales appointments, and we get to have fun just tracking it together. So I want to make sure that that is something that everybody knows about. And again, when you're brand new, this is what you want to do. Now, as soon as a new person fills this out, they immediately get a text message from my office along with an email for checklist number 2. And like I said, you get all sorts of prizes and everything for just working your business and moving forward with those steps. So here we are back at the new consultant welcome packet. This is a picture of my website. I would recommend you just take this address and you put it under me for the contacts. And when you click on it, you're going to see, here's the first page, okay? You're going to see my face. And as you scroll to the very bottom, you're going to see the word team. So imagine this is really like a website. When you press on the word team, you're going to find a lot of resources. You're going to see this button that says get started. And then, like I said, if you can't find that link that I sent you when you were brand new, right under, as soon as you press get started, you'll have a new page open up and you're going to see share your story. And that's going to be the form that we want you to fill out. All right, so now let's go ahead and get clear with what it is you want and how we can fit it into your business. So Alicia, I'm going to play along with you because you're with us and you're with me live. So have you thought, and I can pull up what you answered, but have you thought a little bit about what your goal is for right now that we can create the money from your Mary Kay business?
Let's see. I'm trying to look at the numbers.
I'm going into your file right now, so I'm going to see if you did it already.
Because I think I started low. I didn't start high. I don't think I started that high.
Well, that's okay. Do you remember anything that, or something that's really something fun that you'd love to create with your Mary Kay business? You might not have ever, I don't know if you ever filled it out actually. I don't think you ever filled it out. That would be good for you to fill out.
Yeah.
So just for today, we'll go ahead and just figure out, what's something that you're like, wow, I'd really like to have that, but maybe it's not in the family budget.
Right. I'll say about 500.
Okay. Is there like anything in particular that you want to buy versus just the dollar? Or that you need?
Well, we kind of got it already, but I'd rather go ahead and get it paid for all the way.
Yeah. So you put it on the credit card.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So then 500 would pay it off.
Well, let's do, about 500.
Okay.
About 800. Let's do 800.
Let's do 800. Okay. So I want to really encourage you 2 things. I want you to put on your calendar Mondays at 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Now I know you're not always off work, but if there's any way that you can work it out to maybe have childcare 1 hour later or whatever, yes, you can drive and do this, but it would be best if we're able to do it together with, focusing with the computer. Right. Now, if for some reason you can't, I am recording it, but it is much more powerful when we do it together.
Right.
If that's still a problem, will you just let me know? Because really each week we've got to spend a little bit of time together for me to be able to help you capitalize on this goal. So here's how it works. And I know that you're going to learn more in the training I do next week, because I'm going to spell out more dollars. But if you have a goal of 800 that you want to make, then we need to have written down a double. So we just double the number. 800 double would be 1600. So when we sell 1600 profit, when we sell $600 retail, we will have $800 profit. Now, what I find is very helpful is we really want to work with the law of numbers. Wouldn't you agree? There's exceptions to every rule, there's exceptions to every law, but I don't really operate that way because I want to hit the target. And when you schedule and create goals in Mary Kay, when you understand the averages, you'll hit the target much more quickly. So I want you to write this down. The average party. Now, a party is 3 people together. It's basically the same presentation as a facial, which is 1 to 2 people, but you have much more results and possible results with less time. Okay, so we're going to focus on the party. Can we have success with a facial? Yes. I mean, we had your sister, for goodness sakes. So that was one person, over $200 in sales. But my point is that is more of the exception. Let's focus on the actual rule. So the rule is to really look at how many parties can we hold and use those numbers. So let's take 1600. The average party is $250. Again, that's sort of a low average, but if I'm not necessarily conducting the party, you may have a lower average than I do. So 250 is a lower average. So we're going to take 1600, we're going to divide that by 250, and we're going to come up with 6.4. So let's round it up. We could say 6 because it is under 0.5, but I'm just going to say 7. So 7 parties away from being debt-free on that latest purchase. Okay, now let's look at this. A party is 3 people, about an hour. Of course, virtually, we find an hour, maybe an hour and a half. If you're also interested, you can do live. So you can have people sit down either at your table or you could go to them in their house. So either way you do it, about an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and just put in there an hour and a half. Okay, so Miss Alicia, I want you to open up your calendar. And I want you to look and see, where would you find an hour and a half block this week? And I can't hear you in case you're talking to me.
Oh, I was saying I have duty Friday, so I know Friday would be a no-go.
Okay, no Friday. Okay.
And let's see. Because I don't have my other calendar with me, but I'm like, let's see. Oh, and then Thursday I have the e-group meeting on Thursday.
Okay, so that's no on Thursday.
Right, because I have an e-group meeting, but otherwise I should be free.
What did you say, an Eaton meeting?
E-group, Bible study.
Oh, e-group.
Oh yes,
I'm like
e-group.
Eaton meeting, an Eaton meeting. Okay, so no
but
Friday, no Thursday. That's okay.
Right.
When what about?
But otherwise, I should be available the rest of the week, as long as it's after working hours.
Okay. So looking at let's look at your schedule. So if you were looking at Wednesday night, would you have an hour and a half that you would be excited to hold an appointment, or do you feel that it would just be better on a different day?
I Well, that's the thing too, because like when I get home pretty late because I don't get out of work until after 4:00. Well, 4:00 is when I usually walk out the door at 4.
Yeah.
And then picking the kids up from daycare and stuff. So I'm like,
Yeah. And it's okay. It may not work out that day, and that's okay. So just, realistically, if you feel like, hey, I could do one after I finish dinner, then we can put
Right.
that on the calendar. But if you feel like you would not have, this is going to be business, so
Right.
crazy kid stuff, that might not work. So let's be realistic. So
right, exactly.
do you feel that during the, this week, do you feel like between
Right.
Tuesday and Friday it might work, or do you think that it would be better to look at the weekend?
More the weekend, because weekends I have more better in a sense.
Yeah. So then let's look at Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So I believe that's, let me pull up my calendar. And I believe that would be the 10th and the 11th. So if you were to schedule something on Saturday the 10th, what time would work for you?
I have a appointment at 12, so it has to be before 12 or after 12.
Okay.
But otherwise, I should be free.
Okay, so what would you prefer? So if you were to schedule something in your calendar, what would you want to do?
Probably Saturday morning.
Okay.
Could be more easier.
Okay, what time?
Like 8 to 9-ish.
Okay, now you're going to be inviting people. So I'm going to work you through this, because as you start, I'm going to be transferring my skill so that you can learn how to do it on your own.
Right.
And if I'm doing something, you can always invite your guests to participate so that you're still watching me. But the point that I love is that if you feel like, no, Andrea, I'm ready, I'm going to do it by myself, you don't have to wait for me. We want you to be getting this extra money so you can be getting the credit card paid off.
Right.
Now, if you're going to do 8 a.m., so it's really great with virtual.
Right.
Then that's excellent for people on the East Coast.
Right, exactly.
You're a Navy person, so you guys are up at the crack of dawn. Maybe that's going to be really good if you're targeting to Navy girls.
Right.
So that's why I ask you, do you think that putting on your calendar 8 a.m. is what you want to shoot for this week, or is 9 o'clock just better? So any of those is fine. Just which one do you think would be better for you or your guests?
Only thing about that 9 o'clock, at the appointment I have to go to at 12. So that's 9 too.
So then you'd be done at like 10:30.
Okay.
I'm honestly finishing my appointments within an hour, but I recommend you give yourself a little of that buffer. And then that way, with Lordy B, with kids, we'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. So would you say that you want to shoot for 8 a.m. or 9 a.m.?
8 a.m.
Okay, go ahead and put that down. So what I recommend is getting a little highlighter. And then again, using your Mary Kay planner, go ahead and highlight when you would be committed to working your Mary Kay business. Now, there is pink time, and then there is green time. And let me just tell you why I use different highlighters. Oh no, I have it sort of looks yellow, but anyway, I don't see my green one, but I have a green highlighter and then I have a pink highlighter. And of course I have lots of yellow, but this is how I do it. Pink is my Mary Kay education. So for right now on my calendar, I have pink time because I'm learning, or you're learning. Okay. But you're not necessarily making the cash, although you have to do the pink to then make the green. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
But with your green, then your green is when you're actually going to be face to face with a prospect, with a potential customer, with a potential new recruit. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So on Saturday, you can highlight it with anything you want, but I want you to think that's when you're working and this is when you're training.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, good. Okay, so you're 7 parties away from paying off this credit card. We just said that Saturday morning, 8 a.m. would really work for you. Now, how quickly do you want to get the next party scheduled?
I guess right away after that one, I guess, in a sense, about like my next free day, I guess, per se.
Okay, so we did Saturday morning. Would you have another hour and a half block, either Saturday or Sunday, that you'd want to schedule another party?
Let's go for Sunday.
Okay. And what time on Sunday?
Well, I'm free all day on Sunday.
Okay. So thinking about your family and everything, what would work for your family for you to be working your Mary Kay?
I'm trying to think the time difference because because I'm like most people would be in the morning East Coast time frame ish.
Okay.
But then that's I'm like, let's see. I can do it early midday.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to think of church because I'm trying to factor in church time too. Because most people usually go to church on Sundays, so that's what I'm trying to factor that time into. Yeah, they use the church kind of early. So on the East Coast, most people go to church like 11-ish. So that's like.
Sometimes I think of my schedule first and what would really work for me and my family. And then if you also want to look at, this could be a time where you only offer the East Coast girls or the West Coast girls. Sometimes you'll be surprised that it can work. People stay up late. But I think thinking of what would work for your family is priority.
Okay. Yes.
So Sunday after church?
Right. Yes.
Is that like and after lunch?
Because I used to do online church at 12.
Okay.
For me here.
Okay. Would you say like that would be like 2 o'clock, or do you want to do it earlier?
We do at 2 o'clock.
Okay. So that's basically how we start. We look at our own calendar, and because Mary Kay, we want you to really look at how we can fit it in the crevices.
Right.
This is one of the things that I find is the most helpful for your own schedule. So now what we get to look at is, okay, let's say you have 2 parties this coming weekend, one on Saturday and one on Sunday.
Right.
Now, that means you're only 5 more parties away from paying this off.
Right.
Now, if you don't have Mary Kay, how long do you think it's going to take you to pay that off?
A little bit longer.
And that's what we can get really excited about. Now, there's also ways to sell when you're not actually holding a party. And those are the things that are really great. We call them like the personal website orders, because as we're talking about things on our Facebook page, or as you're at work, you have little samples in your pocket, or you have a book that you drop in all of the waiting rooms, then people might say, oh my gosh, I want to order this. And then all of a sudden you have a website hit, or you have somebody that you said, oh my gosh, Alicia, I'm so excited. I just started my Mary Kay business and I have to practice on 3 people this Saturday morning. And I know it's early, 8 a.m., but I tell you what, I get to give you a free gift for your feedback. Is there any reason why you couldn't be my face model on Saturday morning so I could practice?
Right.
Oh, sure, Alicia, I'll do that. You can be in your pajamas. It's all virtual. Okay. Now you got somebody booked up for your Saturday morning.
Exactly.
And you know what, Alicia, it's so much more fun with a friend or 2. Who can you invite so I can practice on 3 people?
Right.
Now you've turned her as a facial, you've turned her into a hostess. Or what we call facial with friends. So let me go back to my screen share, because this is in your packet. Now, why did we go through that? Because having inventory on hand is going to help you with your sales. This questionnaire is really, really helpful so that you can look at how much do you want to work. Remember how you and I got together and I went out to my car and I handed you whatever I did have in my car at the time? How did that make you feel?
It was good because I got my stuff right away.
You got it right away. Now that is a choice and it is a real privilege, but it's also a way to hit your sales goals faster. Because as you start to connect with people, as you're at work or you're picking up the kids and you start to have your Mary Kay samples, you might have a Mary Kay pin on, and all of a sudden people start knowing that you're up to something fun. They're going to say, hey, I ran out of mascara this morning. Can I grab one from you? And you might have it in the car. So you just made $7.50 because you sold them a mascara. Now imagine if you sold 4 or 5 mascaras in a day. That can add up and be some good money that you could put towards that credit card, right?
Right.
So let's talk about, what do you say now that you have your list of names, you've got your calendar blocked off with when you're actually available. And if you have this, I do want you to read along with me if you can. I'm going to go right down. This is, of course, for your Facebook group. I'm going to skip that for right now because I've got to finish our training class. But here is what you would say when you have the list of names and now you are picking up the phone and you're going to call that person. And I want you to think of like people on the list that scare you, not because they're mean, but people that are really perhaps so professional, somebody you look up to, somebody that maybe you've just never extended the invitation. Okay, Alicia?
Yes.
Okay, so read along with me. Hey, Alicia, I'm going to use you. This is Andrea. Did I catch you at a good time? Do you have a quick minute? I'm totally excited. I just started my business with Mary Kay. Now, if she sounds negative, say, I know it sounds crazy, but I think it's going to be really fun. The first phase of my training is to practice on 30 faces in 30 days. It's not a selling appointment, but more of a training appointment. I thought of you because you are and then you give them a genuine compliment. And you deserved a quick pampering. You get a 3D miracle makeover with a deep cleansing charcoal mask. If I were to drop you or drop off or send you a personal pampering package, would you be one of my practice faces? And then you shut your mouth. Because the first one to talk is the one who takes it home. That's a sales technique we'll talk about later. Now, she might say, oh, I'm so busy. Well, guess what? It's really quick and we can fit it into her schedule, but this would be what you say. If she says yes, you say, great. Then ask her to open up her calendar so you can both find a date that would work for you. Now, I want to bring you to Mondays. We are doing Makeover Monday. So, Alicia, you have an amazing young daughter who might have some things that she wants mommy to buy for her. And if you think maybe she could earn a little money for being your extra helper, this might be a way to do it. Because at 4 o'clock, we have our pink boot camp. But in 10 minutes on Mondays, we do Makeover Monday. You can invite people to be on. I'm teaching the facials. I have a guest on tonight. You can watch and you can learn, or you could also invite people and make money. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
So what would you say? Well, again, it's not opening the whole way, but this is the script. I get to invite my 3 favorite, fabulous, and fun friends to be my special guest this Monday at 5 p.m. for my pink boot camp orientation. And then, of course, let me see if it goes to the next page. I can read it. Ah, darn it. My script is not visible. This is a picture, and you can actually, you'll find it on our website. And you can save it and you can text it to people. But I will tell you, be very careful of texting only. What I do is I text them and then I quickly make a phone call. And I say this when they answer me. Don't leave all of this when you're leaving a message. if you're leaving a message, all I want you to say is, hi, this is Andrea. Oh my gosh, you got to call me right away. You have to sound like you have gossip. And they will call you back. They're like, oh girl, what's up? Or, hey, yeah, I know you. You're the one that works in the nutrition department. Okay, yeah, hey, what can I do for you? Oh, well, listen, I'm sort of nervous calling you, but I see you all the time. You're so professional. And I wanted to call off duty hours because I am a Mary Kay girl and I have to bless hardworking women. The first phase of my training is to practice. See how I'm just going right into the script?
Oh, I see, yes.
This is what you want to have handy when you're doing your business calls, because you just want to read it, but you want to practice a little bit beforehand, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to finish. I think I have, I think this is, okay, yeah, I've got 2 more pages, so I've got to wrap it up. Okay, so this is the calendar. Again, it's all at my website. Again, this is my website here. And this is the link for the Zoom, which we are on. And then I do want to tell you that as a new consultant, the most important thing right now is for you to get your sales so that we can get you the free bonuses that Mary Kay has. And right here really is looking at what are you currently using, and then being able to look at what do you have that will be something to purchase on your shelf so that you can reach your goals. And as you, let me just stay here for a minute, because you are only $325 away from getting this set. So see this set right here? Mm-hmm. Mary Kay is going to give you that set, which is $110 for free. But I think you're in your last month.
I am, yes.
Do you know that? I'm going to check you out real quickly. I'm just going to look.
I think I am the last month.
So this is it. And there's a couple things that are going to expire. So I want you to get as much as you can, Alicia. Like I said, the opportunity to get the free product. So you started June. No, that was when you ordered. Sorry. You started 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, this is it. This is it. Okay, so what this means, forgive me, I got to go back to, let me get my, what this means is that this is your last month. You're only $325 wholesale away from getting this for free. Now, let's say you do 325 and then you do another 600 before the end of June, you would get 2 of these, because it's every time you sell and order 600 in your first 4 months. Does that make sense? Just shake your head. Okay, now here's the other part. Remember I said there's the Bring Your Besties. The Bring Your Besties means you have 3 people that you can offer to join your team. And instead of the $100 starter kit, hey, Ms. Tabitha, we're almost done, but you have the recording that I'll have to give you to watch. We were just finishing up with the 3 Besties program. Hi, Tabitha, how are you?
Hi, trying to get in.
I'm sorry it took so long. Now, we're just finishing the class for today, but we recorded it, so I'll send you the recording.
Okay.
But I just wanted to finish with what the Bring Your Besties. I'm going to mute you real quickly because you got background noise, honey. But I'm so happy you're with us. So the Bring Your Besties are your first 3 recruits in your first 4 months. Now, Tabitha, you're brand new, so you have July, August, September, and October. Alicia is in her 4th month. So Alicia, you and I need to do your sharing appointments, which means we want to share what Mary Kay is all about to at least 5, 10 people, because you'll have 3 people who have a $25 coupon off the starter kit. So instead of $100, they would get it for $75. Now, why is this so important? When you got your welcome email from me, there was a video that I sent. And Alicia, I think I'm going to send it again so that in case you just maybe didn't see all of it, I'm going to give you another opportunity. But the Great Start video explains that Mary Kay is going to give you a free a free 3D miracle set, of course, when you sell 600. But here's the other blessing. When you recruit somebody that gets her 600 wholesale in, Mary Kay sends you 2 of these for free, plus a $50 cash bonus. And it's unlimited. So we really want to use this month to recruit the 3 besties, but you can recruit more. You don't have to stop at 3. I had one gal, she recruited 10 people, and then she went on target for her car on her first month in Mary Kay. So it's very, very doable, okay? I want to finish, again, Tabitha, I'm sorry you came in late, but it is recorded, so you can go back and get it. But I'm going to go one last time. I want to screen share to this part of your packet. We have been going through the welcome packet that you got in the email, Tabitha, and there are 4 classes. This is the last page. Sorry, this is the last page of our class number 1. And this is important because you are all going to experience these emotions sometime in your Mary Kay business. And maybe, Alicia, you might have already experienced them, but I just want you to all know, number 1, you're normal. Number 2, the worst thing you can do for yourself is to ignore myself or ignore your recruiter. I have got, oh, I almost forgot. I've got a daily hotline, and the daily hotline, I do need to say this before we complete, is going to help you understand your emotions and your fears, and it's going to keep you more confident. So real quickly, and then I'm going to tell you the number on the daily hotline, but you're going to be excited because you just started something fun. And then you're going to start and you're going to realize, oh, this is not easy, because it's not. Mary Kay is not easy, but my friends, it's simple. It's very simple. What is not easy is we sometimes get in our head and we make it mean it's personal. Believe me, when people are not interested in having a facial or being healthy, you cannot take it personally. And that's why being together is going to keep your emotional state much stronger. So here we go. Stage 2, you are all of a sudden experiencing obstacles and cancellations in life. Now, stage 3 is when you're in shock. You might move to stage 4, which is, again, procrastinating, avoiding my meetings. Do not allow yourself to stay here. What I'm going to urge you to do is to recognize where you're at on this cycle and realize, oh my God, I'm just scared. Oh, that's what's going on. I'm saying all this self-talk. I'm being negative, but it's fear. So then you get to ask yourself, are you going to believe the lies that Satan puts in your head? Are you going to believe that, nobody likes Mary Kay, or that everyone's a consultant, blah, blah, blah? Or are you going to take personal responsibility, and are you going to admit and talk to me about it? Because my friends, I go through this cycle all the time. The difference between you and me is I go through it faster, and I can bounce back from something that sometimes knocks me on my tushy, okay? And I urge you to keep this page handy so that you can become powerful and not pitiful. Anybody here want to say more powerful instead of pitiful? This is going to be a huge way for you to recognize what it is you're really feeling. And when you're feeling fear, oh man, that was hard for me to admit, but it was so powerful for me to be able to say, you know what? That's all this is. This is the way, like, Satan shuts me down. I just get scared. Okay, Joanna, help me. And then all of a sudden I had people praying for me. I had people giving me ideas, and I got into action. Yes, everybody just hold up your pinky if you're with me. Okay, so I told you that I want to finish with the daily hotline. I got to pull it up because this is the hottest and most important thing I just started. Okay, so I'm going to show you, again, you might have heard me say this, Alicia, but this is my website, Miss Tabitha. So you've got a lot of stuff. You can watch the video. At the bottom of my website is this team. Okay, so this is how you find everything. You just press on this button and you scroll down a little bit. And if you're brand new, you can hit get started. But what I want to take you to is this. This is the weekly information. I do post it at Facebook in our group, but this is what I want you to see, and you can spend some more time reading the other information. Our daily hotline. I want you to call this. Tabitha's already called it. Woo woo. I want you to practice calling it every morning. It's okay if you got yesterday's message. I change my message around 10 o'clock every morning, Monday through Friday. Now for Miss Tabitha's on track. She started listening on July 1st, but I'm giving this away this week because I want everybody to get back into our daily hotline. And the reason this is so great, write that number down, you guys. I'm gonna stop my screen share here in a minute, but 385-330-9011. And that number is what you want to call. You're going to get me. And it's just some kind of one, maybe like a 2 to 3 minute message that I give, spiritual message, some kind of encouragement. Today I shared a tip on how to meet some people, and all of it's about us being better together. Your job is to leave your name as soon as it beeps. So you can say, this is Tabitha, just checking in, or you can say, oh my God, this is Alicia. I did it. I handed out my card today. I was so scared, but I did it. And then we're going to celebrate what you did. You might even say, okay, Andrea, I didn't know what to say. This lady told me she, had a bad Mary Kay girl and I didn't know what to say. So I'm going to give some kind of education the next day that can help everybody. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to finish with some questions. You guys can unmute because every Monday, 4 o'clock Pacific, again, for you, Tabitha, that's 5 p.m. Mountain, we come together live for our Pink Boot Camp. And when you show up, you what? You go up. And I encourage you to make this a priority. Now, what I have at 5 o'clock, my guest should be coming on. If you're able to stay, I'm going to be doing a facial. And so I asked my guests to come so that I could teach you guys and let you see how we would, how we do facials. And you can invite people every Monday, 5 o'clock. I have one last thing. After 5 o'clock, I am doing PJs and possibilities. So again, we're sharing the product at 5 o'clock, and afterwards at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. So for you, Miss Tabitha, that would be 7:30 is when I share how you make money with our Mary Kay business. And that sharing the company is how you're going to have your new recruits. And your first 3, you get to use the Bring Your Bestie coupon. Is everybody following me? So we've got 4 o'clock training, Pacific Standard Time, 5 o'clock facials for the product, 6:30, we share the Mary Kay, how we make our money. And that's how you're going to sell and you're going to recruit. Everybody understand? I only ask that you text me by noon so I know if we're going to have guests or not. Okay, because if you're not committed to being on at 4 o'clock, then I might not necessarily be on if I don't have an RSVP. And if you're like, I'm going to be on for 4 o'clock, I can't make 5 o'clock, but I'm going to invite somebody for 6:30, that's fine too. Just let me know so that I can play ball with you. Hey, Miss Tabitha, before we say goodbye, well, of course, my guests might be coming in, but introduce yourself. We didn't get to meet you earlier. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. There you go.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Sutton. I'm from Colorado Springs. I just signed on July 1st, and I'm excited, nervous about everything.
She's a mom of 4,
Yeah,
right?
I have 4 kids, 3 dogs, 3 cats, and a husband.
Which is another child half the time.
Oh, don't forget my older brother lives here too.
Oh my gosh. So Alicia's husband
Yeah.
is Floyd. Tabitha, you're a military spouse. Well, he's retired now, right?
Right. He retired in 2011.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of
Alicia,
crazy.
Alicia's active duty and her husband's active duty.
Oh, then you're crazy. Your life is even crazier.
Oh yeah, it gets pretty crazy.
But you know what? I'm really
Yeah.
proud of both of you because I was active duty, Tabitha, and what I'm really excited to be able to assist Alicia was I worked my Mary Kay very consistently, and I made more money in part-time hours than I did as my 03 paycheck. So it's very doable, but I want to leave you with this. As you're building your business, if you're talking to people who you know have money, who need your service or want to be around powerful women, you're going to grow a much faster team. You're going to have faster sales. You're going to have faster recruits.
Well, I also start working at Amazon July 11th. And I'll be working night shifts. But one good thing is it's only 4 days a week, Sunday through Wednesday, from I think 6 o'clock at night to 4:30 in the morning. So I can have time to do my Mary Kay Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Oh my gosh. You're gonna be like the vampires that never sleep. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to keep you, Alicia, but I, of course, want to invite all of you to stay on. I'm going to just check on my guest. But any questions, you guys? I know I went a lot faster through this, but it might have been a good review, Alicia, for you.
Right. It was.
Anything you want to say? I'm going to send you this link one more time so you can just have like a refresher.
Okay.
But any comments from me or Tabitha?
None. I don't have any. But I like that last page you showed me about the frustration page. I was like, oh, that's good to know.
That would be good, right? Okay. Okay, so I know you're not brand new, but I'm gonna start over an email and I'm gonna send it to you so that you can have the same packet and the same links and all that stuff that you got in the beginning. Is that okay, Alicia?
Yes.
Okay. So you might go, Andrea, I'm not brand new, but I'm just going to restart it. And then that way, you know what I talked about today. So you should get that text here in a minute. Okay. So let me, of course, tell Tabitha, since we did miss you. Hey, Alicia, what time this week could we follow up?
Usually about 5 is always a good time for me because that's usually when I'm home.
Okay. Okay. So why don't I follow up with you on Wednesday because I want to have you start inviting for Saturday morning.
Okay.
And I cannot commit to being on, but if I can, I will.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is I am going to send you the little video to prepare.
Okay.
It's exactly what we did with your sister.
Okay.
But that way you can start prepping. And I would like to recommend, in order to have 3 people show up, we sometimes have to double the number of people that we have commitment.
Invite. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds
So
good.
just reach out, talk about that script I gave you in your welcome packet. I need to practice. Could I borrow your face?
Right.
And go from there. And we'll talk on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right, sweetie. Great to talk to you.
Good talking to you too.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Well, Tabitha, let's just hang out. I don't know if my guest, if something happened. Oh, she canceled for right now. Okay, so let me just text her. Let me let her know that. Okay, I tell you what, 1 second, I'm gonna turn off these lights. I am so dang hot because I've got all the lights on me. So hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna turn these off. Okay, well, you got lucky. We can go over. Sorry, I know it's dark. Now I cannot